It's game week for the Carolina Panthers, and we have got all the latest Panthers news to get you guys prepared. Let's go.
Brace yourself for the ultimate Carolina Panthers experience. Welcome to Two Growls, One Roar, the podcast that hits harder than a Luke Kuechly tackle. We're diving deep into the heart of Panther Nation, bringing you unrivaled passion, insider takes, and pure gridiron fire. From Wilmington to the cosmos, this is your home for the fiercest football talk east or west of Charlotte.
Welcome in, folks, to another edition of the Two Growls, One Roar podcast, folks. I promised you coming into this season, it's going to be different than any season I've done before, putting out the most content that I can possibly do for you guys. So you get a preview of the game, you're going to get a reaction to the game, and like I said, during the week, trying to get you guys as much information as possible. Now, this first week is a little bit bumpy because we have not seen an official injury report as I record this. We are going to get this today on Wednesday, possibly when you're listening to this. So be sure you're looking out at Panthers.com. Get the latest injury report for the Carolina Panthers. That's going to be one of the bigger topics for us to discuss. But like I said, we're going to get into a groove. During the week, you're going to get the preview. You're going to get the reaction, of course, to the game. So that's 2 episodes. And then in addition to that, during the week, at least 1 additional episode, if not 1 more. And so we'll see how this plays out. Appreciate you guys, as always, for tuning into the show. Now, today, if we're being honest, I know we heard from Dave Canales yesterday. It runs together. It's a blur for me, man. We did not hear it from him today. We will hear from the team, I anticipate, tomorrow. Thursday, if I have my memory correct, Thursday is typically the coordinators. So I'm assuming we're going to hear from Ejiro Evero, Brad Idzik, Tracy Smith. We'll see how that pans out. Anyways, as we sit here today, I want to plug the fact that the Jacksonville Jaguars preview 40 minutes. For those that follow me, you know, I typically am like a 15, 10, 20-minute episode person. We've got a full 40-minute preview, and those will probably be the norm unless we get late into the season and things don't look well, which hopefully we don't have to see that. But that full preview, there's only so much information we can discuss at this point in time, but we break down the coaching staff, we break down the rosters, the anticipated depth charts, which I know Jacksonville just listed theirs. Travis Hunter is going to be a starting wide receiver, a backup at cornerback. I think that's expected. He is going to be most efficient, in my mind, on the offensive side of the ball, possibly as a return specialist. And, like, you know, if you can get him in on a package just to say you did it on the defensive side of the ball, that's good. But I think, you know, if you think about the NFL and longevity, wide receiver probably going to get paid more, probably going to last a little bit longer than you would on the defensive side of the ball. So take advantage of it. He is good, and I can't wait to see it, like we said, but I would take advantage of it as well. We're going to talk about the official depth chart for the Carolina Panthers in just a second. There's really not any surprises, but we'll dissect that. And then, like I said, outside of that, we don't really have any news at the moment as it relates, as we just sit back and wait. Here's one small piece of this, and I know there's a story, some rumblings around Jaylen Coker. He's injured the quad that he injured last year, concerns possibly about his long-term health and the program that he's on and them not being satisfied with him. Stuff's being reported right now. I don't know. We're going to see how this plays out. I hope we're not in the camp of a J.C. Horn situation where he's just a guy that continues to get hurt week after week, or hopefully in this case, season after season. We don't want to see that. Hopefully the recovery is going to be on point to where it's supposed to be. Now, one small bit of news, and honestly, at this point, it doesn't matter. Like, if we are being completely honest, but as someone that talks Carolina Panthers on a consistent basis, I feel like I have to talk about some things as stories pop up. Story that popped up today, which is maybe surprising, maybe not, is a report by Jeremy Fowler of ESPN that the Carolina Panthers did contact the Dallas Cowboys about a potential trade for Micah Parsons. And what it boiled down to is the Cowboys wanted to get Derek Brown in exchange, which I don't blame them. You get you're trading Micah Parsons for a Derek Brown. And of course, we know draft compensation would have been in there as well, but it didn't happen. So I guess on the outside, thinking about it, I'll take Derek Brown in this situation. Although, who wouldn't want to bring in a Micah Parsons type player? I mean, we're going to need it, in my opinion. I still have concerns, but then maybe you're thinking, can he fit well into the scheme with Ejiro Evero? I mean, I would hope you could take someone, an all-pro caliber player, and fit him into your scheme and work with him, but we will not have to worry about that. I am just, in a way, a little bit glad, though, that the Carolina Panthers at least picked up the phone. That's all we want. Like, you don't have to execute. You don't have to make every single trade happen, but at least knowing that you are calling and vetting some of these things that pop up, the rumors, guys that are going on the trade block, and hey, let's at least see what's going on. Figure it out as we go through it. Did not land here, but again, I'm glad they at least picked up the phone. Now, the official depth chart for the Carolina Panthers, as I mentioned, there's really not any surprises as we look at the list here. We already listed our starters. There's no changes there. Maybe if you've been huddled away, not paying attention, Hunter Renfrow being in the starting lineup may surprise you a little bit. I'm interested to see how he plays on Sunday because we heard a lot. We saw the clips. We know how well he was doing. But for him not to make the roster has to make you think there's still just something that wasn't there. I think we're going to have to see a big game from Xavier Legette. Hands down, Tedero McMillan, first game as a rookie. I can't wait to see what he does. And I think we may get a pretty healthy dose of David Moore, Bryson Tremaine. Some folks want to see Jimmy Horn Jr. I don't know how much he's actually going to see the field. And then possibly in the return game, DeLayvon Campbell, who they, again, picked up off of the waiver wire once all the 53-man roster cutdowns happen. Our eyes are going to be peeled on a few things when the injury report comes out. Tommy Tremble, what is his status? Ike Ekwonu, what is his status? Those are the things that are top of mind for me. Outside of that, on the offensive side of the ball, I don't think I have anything that sticks out. On the side for defense, you do have Turk Wharton, A'Shawn Robinson, Derek Brown in your starting rotation as of now. I think we're going to get a lot of Bobby Brown III. That's how it's going to pan out. Nick Scorton, Princely Umanmielen, of course, your backups to Pat Jones, as well as DJ Wonham. We already know about Christian Roseboom and Trevin Wallace. A lot to be desired with the inside linebacking core, but we'll figure it out. Nod to Corey Smith and Charles Smith-Wade backing up the cornerback position. And maybe the most notable piece is the fact that Nick Scott is going to get the starting job here at safety as of now. We know there's going to be some packages for Damani Richardson, for Lathan Ransom. We should see them out on the field. I do think we're going to see a good dose of them as well, absolutely on special teams, but hopefully in the mix on the defensive side of the ball as well, getting some snaps. We will have your official snap count report. It comes out after the game. Of course, we'll talk through that. We'll discuss that in the week after just to see where things sit. The big opportunity for Nick Scott, like, let's be real, he got brought back kind of very last minute. I mean, I get the fit and the special teams play and all those things, but brought back pretty last minute. Carolina Panthers choosing to roll the dice with the group of guys that they have. I don't know if that'll change, if they'll regret it. Again, they couldn't solve for everything in the offseason, but we'll see what that looks like. Now, Nick Scott is someone that saw significant playing time in the early part of last year, and he did so poorly that he got yanked out of the starting lineup, and that's when we saw a rotation of guys, of Fuller, of Richardson in the mix last year alongside Xavier Woods. So I don't know what to expect. Maybe he's learned. Again, he's played in Evero's scheme. They do have that going for him, or he has that going for him. So maybe He's going to figure it out this time around. I'm not going to hold my breath, though. I still look at safety as a concern, inside linebacker, and I pray for this team to figure out how to get to the quarterback, because I think it's going to be important for them to have success on Sunday. Well, folks, like we said, we're going to keep it short. I've got the 40-minute preview. I will probably have one more episode, maybe tomorrow, possibly Thursday or Friday, getting you guys wrapped up and prepared for the game, maybe even Saturday, because I did do a few Saturday episodes leading up to the game last year. But I promise to be back with any important news that we get. We'll break it down, even if we have to do it in the shorts. As always, this is Carolina Dad. Y'all have a good one.